This is a strange press conference, you know. You can have a press conference here. You are fond of questions.
Will the people be brought to justice?
This time we don't...
President, will these people be brought to justice?
That depends on the excellencies here, because these fellows have run to their countries. That depends on the excellencies here.
You ask for them.
Could we ask the Sudanese ambassador?
Just ask for them.
Could we ask the Sudanese ambassador?
No, let me answer your question, Bwana. One man has asked me, will these people be brought to justice? And my answer is, it depends on the excellencies here. Because the criminals we can lay our hands on are not here, they have run away. So, if the excellencies think they deserve justice, they will be brought. If they don't, then they will stay.
So you will be applying for extradition of criminals?
That's what I can do. I can apply for extradition. I can't go. I cannot do more than that.
But have you officially asked the Zambian government, particularly President Kaunda is a good Christian, haven't you told him about the things that have been happening here?
I will definitely ask him.
Have you officially done so?
We haven't yet, but we shall do so.
Will you apply for the extradition of former President Obote?
Of course, he should be the first to arrive here. Yeah. Who else are you going to bring if you don't bring Obote?
What about those who have fled to Sudan?
The same, all of them. Those who are, for instance, it is easy to work out. You see, the whole thing is easy to work out. You get hold of the commanding officers who are here, because they are known, you know. You get hold of those, and they are second in commands, because they are known. It's not so difficult to know who was here when this thing was happening. And you can also know who was in any other barracks. We know their names, so it's not a big problem. So we get hold of those, and they will tell us the story. So it's not difficult at all to work out who did what. Yes, it's not difficult to work out. So one cannot say that this is a kangaroo court. How do you get the evidence? The man was commanding a battalion here. Who was he? What name?
Will you ask for international assistance on the Human Rights Commission
Of
in
course.
order to facilitate the extradition proceedings later on?
Yes. We shall do so. But I invite you to visit all these places, because this is just one place.
What are you eventually going to do with these skulls?
The idea is now being circulated by the people that we could have a museum. Museums for them, because it's not one. In every place where there were killings, there should be a museum. Like this place here. This idea is being, circulated by the people. But we have not taken a final decision on it.
Mr. President, when you arrived here and you found the skeletons and skulls scattered over the place, do you have any rough estimate figure?
In the compound there.
In the compound, do you have any rough estimate figure of how many bodies were?
Those, according to the report of the local people, they say that those there are 237. The skulls, 237. Those ones there. But that's what they were able to collect. It's not for just this place here.
Some are dumped in the lagoon down there.
And some are thrown in pit latrines, some are what, so it's not. That's what they collected around this compound. But if you go down, there's another place. I was in Ruero doing my work. And I intended to keep there doing some very useful work. Until I was told that sugar now had climbed to 10,000 shillings a kilo. So I thought I should come back and see what's happening to this sugar also. So these fellows have done me a disservice. They have interrupted my work. I would have liked to have stayed in Ruero doing some useful work. Now I called in the Minister of Commerce to come and explain to me the latest situation. And he explained to me the situation is not as bad because there is enough sugar. We have imported enough sugar in the country. It's there. But they have been trying to find ways of distributing it properly. And according to a statement which they have written, Minister of Commerce which is here, they say they are going to start distribution on Monday. Distributing the new sugar. And the ideas behind this sugar, this new plan of distribution, is as follows. according to our analysis, we think one of the reasons why there are shortages, not only of sugar but of many other things, we think one of the reasons is lack of accountability on the part of the retail, either of the wholesalers, no, of the importers, wholesalers and retailers of these essential commodities. As far as money is concerned, if we give you 10,000 shillings, you are supposed to come and account to us how you used the money. In any institution, whether it is even in your family, if we give you 10,000 shillings, you will have to come back and tell the people concerned that I used 500 shillings for transport, 300 for this, 300 for that, and until everybody knows what happened to your 10,000 shillings. But not so with the essential commodities in our country. You give somebody 20 bags, you don't know to whom he sells or whether he sells at all because he can say throw it away, and you will not be able to prove whether he actually sold to anybody or not. And we think this is what has encouraged people to smuggle, either to hoard or to smuggle, because if I'm given 20 bags, I can sell 20 to the public and smuggle out the other. I can sell 10 and smuggle out 20, and nobody will be able to know what happened to the other sugar. There's no way you can prove it, because if you ask him, if you say, but we imported sugar last week and we distributed it, what happened? He will say, I don't know, we sold it. People came and bought. Who bought? I don't know. People came and bought. Do you expect me to know members of the public who buy? And you cannot have anything against him. So now the idea is, any distributor should be accountable to the public as to what happens to the things he distributes. And how do we do it? Let's take the example of sugar. Food and Beverages Kampala gives the sugar, for instance, Food and Beverages Ruwero, let's say 1,000 bags. And Food and Beverages Ruwero says we have received 1,000 bags. So there we know 1,000 bags left Food and Beverages Kampala and was received by Food and Beverages Ruwero. Okay, now Ruwero happens to have 20 gomborolas. I'll just use the example of Ruwero. Ruwero has got, for instance, 20 gomborolas. So if we have received 1,000 bags of sugar, we distribute that 1,000 to, let me say, the 20 gomborolas. So each gomborola receives how much? Each gomborola, 20 divided by into 1,000 by 1,000 divided by 20 is how many bags? Huh? 50. 50. Each gomborola, no, 20. Is it? Yes, it's 50. So each gomborola of Ruwero now receives 50 bags. Let's take Kapeka, where I've been to the other day. So each gomborola of the 20, each one receives 50 bags. And if we take, for instance, Kapeka, so and each gomborola agent, you see, because now the resistance committees appoint agents, select agents who get appointed, an agent who gets confirmed by the Minister of SDA in this case, so that in Kapeka there is an agent who has been appointed by the resistance committees. The resistance committee in Kapeka sat and said, this businessman is a reliable businessman. We trust him. He's not like these others who are cheating us. They are the ones who select him, not we. They select among the businessmen there. They select the one they trust. And this businessman whom they trust, they send his name to the SDA, and SDA confirms that the people of Kapeka have chosen such and such businessman to be the one to receive the sugar. Now, this man signs for his 50 bags at Ruero. He goes and signs. He says, yes, I have received 50 bags from Ruero. The food and beverage is signed for the 1,000. Now, the agent of Kapeka is signing for the 50 of Kapeka. Now, let's say Kapeka has got 5 mirukas. Or 5. To simplify, we can say 5. Each Murukan resistance committee also appoints an agent in their Muruka who is registered with the SDA. So if there are 5 Mirukas, let's say we give each Muruka 10 bags. So the agent of the Muruka comes and collects his 10 bags from the Gombora headquarters and takes it to their Muruka. So that from Kampala up to the Muruka, sugar is accounted for. It's accounted for. 1,000 bags, 50 to the Gombora. We are skipping the Saza because we think if we include the Saza, the levels are going to be too many. We are jumping the Saza, the county we are forgetting. Let's go straight to the Gomboras. To the Gombora, 50 bags. To the Muruka, now 10 bags. Now, this agent at the Muruka level is now the one going to sell to the households. Now, one of the battalions of the special brigade was the Bear Battalion. You know, even the names are fascist. Bear. The Bear Battalion. It was called the Bear Battalion. It was based here in Kiboga. And what is illustrative for the outside people to understand is that these skeletons were right in the encampment of the Bear Battalion, just here. Because the evidence is there, the trenches are there. These are the houses. I think this was Amari or something like that because we attacked it twice. We have attacked this place twice. We attacked it on the 1st of June, 1983, and we attacked it the second time on the 24th of August, 1985. So I know it very well. I know all the hills and I know. No, after the third time, the first time I am the one who attacked it, the police station. So we know the place very well. Now, what is interesting is that the skulls and the skeletons are right inside the barracks here where we are standing. Yes. Either in the barracks proper or just on the edge of the barracks. Now, this is very crucial because there could be arguments. Of course, even those are lame arguments, but there could be arguments, people saying that maybe those who were in charge did not know what was happening.